Zach Nolan.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Might be a question, so pass out there.
Yes. So we'll have a hearing in open court. Mr. Defendant, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Your Honor, when I arrived this morning, the court officer indicated to me that Mr. Alemany, the defendant, had to speak to me immediately. We went downstairs. Yesterday, he was quite ill here. He was coughing and sneezing and gasping for breath a good deal this morning. His condition apparently has worsened dramatically. It's indicated to us that he is throwing up violently and frequently, that he has gastric upset, has diarrhea as well that comes out when he's not throwing up, that he's having great difficulty breathing, and he feels he tried to get a doctor. He couldn't get a doctor apparently at the jail, but he thinks he needs medical care. He cannot come up here today to sit here. He's far too ill, and I'm reporting to him.
We obviously need the defendant's presence to have any type of hearing as constitutional right. He's present. We can't have the voir dire. We can't have a trial without the defendant's presence.
However, I misspoke a moment ago. I forgot that
we can't do the voir dire. But what I'm going to do is to have court officers call an EMT or a physician to come check him out to see what his medical condition is and see if he can proceed today. So we'll have that done. He'll be examined in the lockup, and then I'll make my decision based upon a report from a medical professional.
Thank you.
Court, all rise.
Court is in recess.
Can you have the EMT come forward, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And for the record, actually, I'll have you on the witness here, so we better hear from you and more questions.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please, sir.
Raise your right hand.
Sir,
Please,
raise
court.
your hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give this court as far as not hearing with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You may be seated.
See if I can fit those chairs.
Would you please state your name and spell your last name?
Sure, my name is Brian Bailey. My last name is spelled B-A-I-L-E-Y.
And where do you work, Mr. Bailey?
I work at Boston EMS as an EMT.
And how long have you been in the EMT?
I've been in the EMT for about a year and a half. Been with Boston for about a little over 6 months.
And in response to a call from the court, did you have a chance to examine Mr. Alemany this morning?
I did have a chance to examine him.
And that was in the lockup facility?
Yes, it was.
And can you please report the symptoms that you observed, sir?
The symptoms I observed is that the patient was a little warmer than normal, so he's got a slight temperature. His blood pressure was elevated, as well as his heart rate.
Any other physical symptoms that you saw?
Nothing, no other physical symptoms I saw. He just telling me that he felt dizzy and nauseous and lightheaded.
Was his complaints of nausea, dizziness, and lightheadedness?
Yes, sir.
And did you have any chance to make an assessment of his ability to proceed in a trial or further medical care?
I mean, after discussing, the information with my partner, we can leave him here and come back and get him later. He's a little sick, but, we can leave him here to go through his motions, whatever he needs to take care of here.
Let me ask Mr. Pappas, have any questions of Mr. Bailey?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Good.
In your assessment of Mr. Alemany, was he responsive to your questions?
Very responsive.
Okay. Did he have any appear to be confused in any way?
No, sir.
Any active vomiting?
No, sir.
Any active diarrhea?
No, sir.
Any complaints that he may get physically sick?
No, sir.
Any complaints to you in the brief time that you had the opportunity to assess him that he needed to use the bathroom?
No, sir.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Just briefly, sir, I defer to your judgment. He indicated to me he'd been throwing up regularly, frequently, and he'd been having diarrhea regularly, frequently. He felt unable to be here today. He didn't indicate to you he'd been throwing up. Did you ask him?
I did ask him, sir. He said he threw up a couple times yesterday, but had not thrown up yet today. He did not mention anything about diarrhea to me.
So you don't feel a need for him to go to a hospital and have any?
Not at this current point in time. If his symptoms progress, then we can come back and get him.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
What? All rise.
This court is now open. Please be seated.
Before the court, Mr. Matter is Stephen McDonough.
Right, reading material away, please.
Normal cause, back in session, you may be seated.
Before the court is the matter of the Commonwealth versus Edwin Alemany, indictment 2013-11163. Mr. Alemany is present with counsel Jeffrey Denner, Joseph Keller, and Michelle Hubbard. The Commonwealth is present in the Assistant District Attorneys John Pappas and Zachary Hillman. The jury is not present, Your Honor.
What I want to emphasize is the defendant's presence in court this morning and today. The defendant has a constitutional right to be present at all important functions of his trial. This, of course, is an important function, as will be the humane practice hearing. The right to be present also includes the right to meaningfully participate in his own defense. If the defendant's right to participate in his own defense is compromised by illness, I'm going to have the case continue to allow him to meaningfully participate. What I'm going to do is to ask counsel to inform me at any time if they believe that their client's right to participate has been compromised. If that's the case, I will assess the situation and make a determination.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will report to the court that he just indicated to me that he could not meaningfully participate, that he does not feel well, that the EMT asked him a question about throwing up. He says he cannot concentrate, he feels like throwing up, he feels quite ill, his blood pressure and his heart feel like they're fluctuating wildly, and I'm just reporting that to the court.
So, that being the case, what I'm going to do is to dismiss the jury for the day. The defendant will remain in lockup. We'll have a hearing at 2 o'clock. That's exactly between now and 2 o'clock. The defendant can stabilize. If he can't, then I'll reassess him at 2 o'clock. I just bring the jury down.
Yes, Your Honor. All right, jury entering. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. No persons having anything to do before the Honorable Frank Gaziano, Justice of the Superior Court, now sitting at possibly within and for the County of Suffolk, draw near. Give your attendance and you shall be heard. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and Its Honorable Court. This court is now open. Please be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. For the record before the court is the matter of the Commonwealth versus Edwin J. Alemany, case 2013-11163. Mr. Alemany is present with counsel Jeffrey Denner, Joseph Keller, and Michelle Hubbard. The Commonwealth is represented by Assistant District Attorneys John Pappas and Zachary Hillman. There are 15 jurors present.
Good morning. Well, let me tell you that due to unexpected circumstance, we were unable to have court this half day in the morning. What I will do is discharge you from your service for today and ask you to come back tomorrow morning, same time, 9 o'clock. If you have any concerns about the time frame I gave you, about 3 weeks, I had a chance to talk to the lawyers about that. We're still on track. So if you had that as a concern, please put that out of your mind. But due to this unexpected circumstance, I can't proceed today. Again, please do not discuss this case in any manner. Don't look for information about this case in any source, in the news media, online, or anywhere else. So I'm going to discharge for the day with that promise to me not to look for information about this case or share information about this case. So have a good rest of the day. We'll see you back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
All right. Judge, please step down. Let's stay to recess.
Matt, we agree to the sidewalk?
Yes, sir. We were discussing what's going to happen this afternoon. I had a chance to watch the full videotape of the statement over the weekend, and I've read the statement now 2 times. So we're going to have a hearing based upon Mr. Denner's motion under the humane practice rule. My concern, apart from the humane practice rule that I raised with counsel, would be the admissibility of the statement itself, given it's full of accusations and denials, which, as both counsel know and everybody should know, are inadmissible under our rules of evidence. So, I mean, if counsel give me a version as a contingency to see whether or not there are portions that they agree, or I can make a ruling should come in, because you're going to have to edit it down anyway.
In anticipation of that, Your Honor, we started on that and provided counsel with a copy Saturday afternoon of a proposed redacted version. We've been going over it the last 2 days. We're almost in agreement with it. What I would ask the court to do, if the court's inclined to take a look at the proposed redactions, which we have highlighted in yellow, everything is a proposed redaction. That might speed things up if we are in disagreement on any portion of that, or if the court has a further question.
Okay, so I'll take a look at that.
Thank you, Your Honor. As I explained, discussed Mr. still believe under the humane practice doctrine as well as basic due process that the entire, and police are doing the work, not criticism, the entire document is virtually an accusation of denial. And if I asked to redact everything that was in my mind an accusation of denial, nothing, what was left wouldn't make sense. And that's my basic position. My wrapped around that position is a notion that whatever the entire thing is.
Right. And that's apples and oranges.
Right. Exactly, but they're both issues. If Your Honor felt that this was a document that could be surgically redacted and still make sense, then of course that's what it will be, but it is not my fault that to me. However, so I have two versions of it. Version number one would be it's out, and version number two would be I'm not quite sure. I think that the Commonwealth has made a real good faith effort to take out the most obvious accusations of denials, but the nature of the document is we won the street. No, I wasn't. And you can't take that out each time because that pervades the document.
Right, there are some factual assertions in there.
Like when he says I was at the Tahiti for this period of time, those are factual assertions. When he says during a critical period of time I was home asleep with my girlfriend, that's information that's admissible. And now, obviously, Mr. Dennett, if this is a ruling based upon the government's case in chief, if the parties wanted to use other portions of it during the psychiatric testimony, that's a different issue too, just to show it's relevant to state of mind. We're not there.
And there are parts of it that, and I would thank you, and I've told the government that I would want back in.
Sure, no, and
for later, but not for this part.
Right, and my rule doesn't preclude you from doing that. I'm making a ruling based upon the Commonwealth's case in chief as to whether or not A, it's admissible at all, given the humane practice ruling, and then assuming it's admissible for purposes of argument, whether or not other portions of it are admissible that are factual assertions and not the police making accusations and the defendant denying them, which are hearsay and inadmissible. So I'll take a look at the redactions and make a ruling after a rule on humane practice portion of it. And that'll be at 2 o'clock. And again, as I've addressed in sidebar, we'll make a contingency for the defendant's medical issues that may well include further examination by a physician.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What? All right. Court stands in recess.
Mr. Curley, can you just...
If you're going to get work to the balance, I will join you in that in the spirit of brotherhood.